Nahu Mikey P, Mike Pribozie, back for another Assiniboia Down show, back on video. Different guest this week, and it's somebody that I want to have on to give you some details on an exciting new development for Assiniboia Downs as far as the content. And those that are familiar with Contest Jockey, if you're not, we're going to make you familiar. But Mike Novak joins me. He is the founder of Contest Jockey.
Great to be here. I'm excited for some Tuesday night racing.
Yeah, and this players podcast we've done so far for the Assiniboia Downs has been pretty well received. We're giving out lots of winners, and we typically look at that late pick 4 on Tuesday nights. Now, people that are familiar with the product know that they go at 8:30 Eastern, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights. Late pick 4 is $1 minimum, $50,000 guaranteed for that late pick 4. But with the new Contest Jockey contest site coming out recently, and it's been going for several months now, and people that are familiar with it will know that we have typically contests over the weekends. It's been expanded from NYRA. We've been having some Woodbine contests. Well, we're going to jump in with some an Assiniboia contest for Tuesday night. Mike, talk a little Contest Jockey.
Sure. So we got our start back in the early part of this year. We ran a final table contest for In the Money, where they had the Skytown shares up for grabs as like the top prizes. And we then jumped into doing the first public contest over with Santa Anita for Californian Day, which was a pretty good success. I would imagine, everyone looked like they had a great time. The feedback was amazing. Looking for more contests, so we ran a special on Preakness Day as well, where we had a 6-race contest that ended with the Preakness Stakes over at Pimlico. And then from there, we jumped into the Saratoga meet with NYRA, and we were running weekly contests for the duration of the Saratoga meet. Every Sunday, there's a contest where the winner gets a $300 buy-in to the NYRA Bets contest for the following Saturday. And the support for that has been overwhelming as well. It's been great. It was an awesome Saratoga meet. We had a lot of competition in our contests. We've been doing some contests with Woodbine as well as of late, and we have a bunch of other tracks that are going to be coming on and having some contests on the site. And I think the winner, picking the winner, 1 horse per race, having some bankroll to work with gives new players a great opportunity to get their feet wet when it comes to contests, especially live money contests. Gives them the ability to work out strategies and figure out it gives you just a different way of looking at the races when you're sort of just trying to focus on climbing up that leaderboard. And so the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive, and we're really excited to kick it into the fall season with some great racing.
I'm going to throw the site up on the feed here if you're watching live on YouTube, and it's contestjockey.com. Now, to look here, they have several contests upcoming. We have the Assiniboia contest on here. There's Woodbine Thursday, Assiniboia next week also. And NYRA gets back going this weekend. We'll see what's going on with that, obviously. And a huge announcement, we're going to have a harness contest too on contestdriver.com. So that's going to be on Friday. But if you would go to the contestjockey.com website, now I'm already a member, so you would have to sign up. Now, it's free to sign up. You just need your email address, and you would create a password there. And you would just click on Assiniboia contest. I'm already signed up for tomorrow's. You would sign in, and it's join. You'll see a click to join contest for free. That's one thing Mike didn't mention. So these are free to enter contests. There's no entry fee for these contests. Everybody starts out exactly the same. So right here, if you look at the website, this is the current leaderboard. Everybody starts out with a mythical bankroll, and there's some details on the website, and all players start out the same. They have minimums for each race. So if you go into races on for Tuesday night, you'll see there's 6 races for the contest here. So they start in race number 2. And right here is the entries for the race number 2. You're going to say if you like the 2 in the race. Well, you can go in here, and it's just as simple as deciding how much of your bankroll you want to bet on certain horse. So if I wanted to bet the 2 on Tuesday night in race number 2 to start the contest, I can bet out anywhere from 20 to whatever my bankroll is. And you're able to punch that in for each race. And there's, you can look at the third race, obviously, and you can bet your whole bankroll every single race. So everything's constantly live, constantly updated. Mike, can you expand on that just a little more?
Sure. So the minimums do escalate for every 2 races. It's been a format that we've settled on back at the beginning of the Saratoga meet. We've kept it going. It's extremely easy to get your picks in. You can certainly put them in ahead of time. The only challenge is that players can play different amounts on different races. Odds change close to post time. That could influence a pick. Especially if you need a certain price in order to jump up more on the leaderboard. So it is definitely a better experience when you are playing live with the races and you're able to figure out which price you might need to make your move up the leaderboard.
Yeah, and it's like it's very much in real time. So if you have the winner of race 2, that your bankroll is going to update, and then race 3, race 4, so on. Now, if you would happen to miss a race, you would just lose the minimum in your bankroll. So if something happens, maybe you got to put the baby to bed. Well, let the baby get to bed. You can come back for race 4, and you won't be eliminated or disqualified from the contest. You're still alive. And the leaderboard is whoever wins at the end and has the highest bankroll will win. Now, Mike, what prizes are we going to have for Tuesday?
So for Tuesday night's contest, the winner will come away with $100 cash prize. The second place will be $50, and the third place will be $25.
And right now, I think you told me off air we already have close to 50 already entered for Tuesday night's contest.
Correct. We have over just about 60 players in the contest already.
Already 60 players. And so sign up. If you're not signed up already and you're not familiar with the Contest Jockey, sign up, jump in, especially if you're in the Assiniboia Downs, get in on this first contest. We're going to have contests for the rest of the meet for Tuesday night. So this week, next week, and then that last closing day with the mandatory payouts for the jackpot pick 5. And we're going to have another contest that night. So jump on the Contest Jockey and check out the Assiniboia contest. And if you like it, tell your friends first off, and then jump into some of these other contests. Again, we have contests for Woodbine on Thursday. So you're interested in you can right here. If you go into the website, click on the Woodbine contest, just click on join contest for free. Then you're registered, and you can see I'm registered for the contest on Thursday. Now I've won one of these contests for one of the NYRA contest already. So that was, and I got my prize. It was delivered perfectly straight to my account. And so this is very simple, very easy, and very much keep you engaged with the races from Assiniboia. And the contest element is fantastic. The live money contest element is also very much in play. And if you're not used to that, this is a great way to get used to it. So jump on to contestjockey.com. Well, Mike, since I have you here, I'm going to have you handicap a little bit now, and we're going to look at that late pick for Tuesday night. Starts in race number 4, 9:50 Eastern, scheduled post, all dirt races at Assiniboia Downs. Reminder, $1 minimum, $50,000 guarantee. I think last Tuesday the pool was around $90,000, paid pretty well. Last week we gave you out lots of nice ideas for last Tuesday's show. Let's look at this fourth race here. Allowance is 18,000, 2 lifers going a mile. I thought pretty tough race, Mike, especially because you really can't trust under budget, I don't think, who's the one.
No, and I did include him in my picks. Obviously, she's it's 7-5 for a reason, but I kept, I think my top pick out of here is Press On Baby. I think hopefully not as wide this time around, being out of the 3 post, could hopefully get a little bit of a better trip. I think the pace scenario here is a little bit different than our last time out. And, I think if she could just sit off that pace and there's a strong chance here. I think she'll close it out.
Tough race because I needed under budget badly last time. 1 for 15, just got tracked down by a dropper in that race on August 27th. Now, I do think the mile is about as far as she wants to go. The problem is there's not a ton of speed in this race. So I do think that she could be up close and maybe controlling it, get the jump like she did last time, and hopefully she doesn't get tracked down. But I'll try the 6 also, Midnight Candy Storm. And this horse has just been okay, has been racing at this 2 life allowance level and getting checks, 3 straight third place finishes. Typically it's from off the pace. Another one that's for a couple years, 1 for 17 life, but they all look about the same there. So I do think that this horse is fast enough on figures to hang with these horses. The short field doesn't hurt, obviously. So we'll try. I think I'd be heavy 1 as an A, just because there's really not much else in the race. But I will try the 6 as a backup there in race number 4.
Yeah, I think, I mean, coming out of the N3L last time out for the 6 is, ran a decent race. Obviously, came in third, was about 4 lengths back. But, to your point, I think this is a tough race, and I don't think the 1 is unbeatable here.
Yeah, and the favorite won that race at 1-9. So obviously that one was pretty well meant in that spot. Let's go to race number 5, 6 furlongs. This is a maiden $7,500 claimer. Mike, what'd you think here?
Yeah, I thought this was an interesting even money morning line here in this race. I'd say my top pick here is Lola Lee, the 8. I mean, I think also a pretty tough race. I mean, to me, I think the 8 can just as easily beat the 3 in this race for sure.
Think about the 3. If you look at the jockey, that's Apprentice Jockey, 10-pound bug.
Yep.
1 for 44. So you got an even money shot with a 1 for 44, 10-pound Apprentice Jockey that was 14-1 last time versus maiden special weights. The thing is the maiden specials here are not the same as maiden specials at other racetracks. Now, did face the boys last time, so that is something that's significant. But this horse just races and gets even races all the time. I'm not sure if they think the weight break is going to help this horse. Maybe the drop certainly shouldn't hurt the horse, but probably is going to be overbet in this spot. I'm going to try to be against and just use some others. I'll try the 1 Tree Hugger. Has been kind of going up and down that maiden special to maiden claiming type levels. And again, another one that seems to get checks, has 4 shares and 11 starts, gets an inside post, has shown speed in the past. I think that one could be used. The 2 Blue Tango, another one that's shown speed so far and just kind of gets tired late. Probably needs to get things her own way to beat these horses. But in a field of $7,500 maidens, sometimes speed can sneak away. So it's 6-1 morning line. I'll try that one. The 6 Not True, 10-1 morning line here. First 2 races, not that great. Did drop last time and was better. Was able to pass horses. Took a little bit more money in that spot. Just one that I think could be moving forward late. And then I agree on your 8, Lola Lee. One that has speed, has a good post, has sort of been knocking at the door. It's lightly raced compared to some of these other ones, only 6 lifetime starts. Well, some of these other ones have more than that. And I do think that this one is capable, and at least is going to be forward. So in a really tough race, and I'm trying to beat an even money shot in the pick 4, I'll try 1, 2, 6, and 8 there.
Yep, I can see that. I could go through and make a case for just about any of these fillies here. And the 1 for sure I was between the 1 and the 3, and including in my ticket. Obviously, I went with the 3. Just as I didn't want to lose to the even money shot here. I mean, I think, like I said, I'm excited about the 8. I think, like you said, the 8's been flirting with wins here in the last, lightly raced, and I think definitely has a shot here today.
Yeah, probably want to press that one up if you're playing those tickets. Okay, race number 6, and this is an allowance race here. It has an optional tag of 10,000. These are nice races here. They're going a mile. I thought a pretty difficult spot here, Mike.
Definitely. I think for me, I mean, Lieutenant Norm was going to be my top pick in here. Back and forth between the 4 and the 5 in this race. I think the 5 last out. The last actually 3 races have been solid performances, and I think the little bit of the early speed in here might help close this one out. I think, and it was a little bit afraid of the 6 in this race too, but I think that the 6 being going up against a couple of the same horses here out of the last couple of races, it certainly certainly worth consideration too. But in the sake of keeping my ticket reasonable, leaning on a 4-5 here.
Yeah, I understand the 5. I liked that horse last time, and the horse actually raced really well. I had a sort of an inside kind of trip and made the front, but ended up getting tracked down by Curly Issa, who's very sharp and is very solid. Would probably be favored in this spot. I'm going to use a couple different horses here. I like the 4 McEwen some, and this horse has had an interesting meet. Really debuted back in June here at Assiniboia, first time, and had a brutal trip. I mean, that was a brutal trip there. It was steady 3 or 4 times in that spot, came back to win off of that, and then doubled up with a nice allowance win. So much so that they put this horse in the Manitoba Derby and raced really well in there. It was 25-1 and ended up second and lost to Bricklayer, who was a Canterbury shipper that was pretty well meant in that spot. So much so that they shipped this horse to Century to race in the Canadian Derby. Going a mile and a quarter, the horse just didn't race well. I mean, really, no chance in there. I'm going to pitch that race out. It just seems like they didn't persevere with that one. Back to Assiniboia, I do think fits at this level. Has done very well this meet. Should be able to be up close, or can win with a stalking type trip. So I do like that one. The 2 Mr. K is a little bit of a price that I think has a chance. Ran into Tool Time and Gallon Oak, and that's another one I like in this race. But Tool Time was never losing that race there on August 27th. Just jumped to the front and dominated. And I really like that horse in that spot. Gallon Oak raced really well in there to try to chase that one down, but couldn't quite get there. He just doesn't really like to win all that much. And the problem with him is 5 seconds and 8 starts this year, has 14 lifetime seconds. He had a perfect trip last time. He still couldn't win. So I would be heavy 2-4 in this race, hoping to catch a price. I do like McEwen best. I understand Lieutenant Norma, and I do think that horse can win this race. But like you said, you can't take everybody. So I'd be heavy 2-4, maybe a little 6 for a backup.
I mean, I think the 2 here makes a ton of sense at the price. I mean, you're going to get, if you get anywhere near 12-1 on this horse after that last performance out, I mean, that's a great price, especially if you can make a case for Gallon Oak. You can certainly make a case for Mr. K in here too, especially at that price.
Yeah, nice race for sure. Let's finish up race number 7, and this is a stakes race, straight 3-year-olds. Now, this is Manitoba breds. They're going for 40,000, and we were talking off air about no show, no call, 2 to 5 in the morning line. But you were telling me you don't think maybe the distance will suit.
No, and I think you can make that case for most of the runners in here. They all seem to be sort of, especially when you look back at some of the pedigree, just 6 furlongs seems to be the average. I think the one long shot pick I have in here, Moonman Rules, it's been, at a mile twice so far, and I think the Dam Sire's average winning distance was 7.5 furlongs, and so I think has shown speed that can compete in here. And I think if the race does fall apart as they're stretching out here, then it certainly leaves an opportunity open for a long shot like that.
Yeah, and if you look down this page, there's horses that they're all Manitoba breds. Some of them are struggling to get out of maidens or non-winners of 2 type races. But the great equalizer is it's a mile and an eighth. And if you look back to no show, no call earlier this year, was just dominating these Manitoba bred races. I mean, galloped on June 26th, and then on July 10th, again by 12 lengths, went 1-9 on the board. And then went to an open race, an open 2 life, which aren't the most toughest spots around here, but had the 10 hole and galloped again at 1-9. So much so that they went in the Manitoba Derby. And I actually didn't mind this horse in that race, thinking, okay, if he can get the distance, maybe he might be able to speed pop them. He couldn't, though. And he ended up getting beat almost 20 lengths. Then they tried another stake going a mile there. 4 Manitoba breds on August 13th. And again, he tired late. So now, you're looking at 2 to 5. They're going an extra furlong. I agree with you that I think Moonman Rules can maybe catch. And this horse's 25-1 morning line was facing no show, no call earlier in the year, and maybe just too short. He ended up finishing second to that one on July the 10th. I do think that he plays in the race, especially when there's some cheaper speed in here that could get tired chasing the 1. It's just those last 2 furlongs for the 1. Now, he could certainly outclass him and maybe win this race. Maybe the 8 can put some pressure on him and soften it up. And then who knows, Moonman Rules could finally break that maiden in a stakes race. So very interesting race to finish up the pick for. on Tuesday night. And we'll put my tickets and Mike's tickets right there's Mike's ticket on the screen. Mike, you want to cap your ticket a little there?
Yeah, I mean, I think in that last leg, I'm pretty excited for. I'm hoping 25 to 1 shot is a. It's getting that price is going to be pretty exciting. Like I said, to your point about the 8. If I think if anyone's going out there with them with that speed, I think it's going to be a very interesting stretch run. Mile and an eighth is definitely quite a bit longer than most of these horses. I think have shown solid performance at, and yeah, I think it'll be a great race. Looking forward to that race.
Yeah, quite an interesting pick 4. And there's Mike's ticket. I'll give you my ticket there on the screen. And there's, again, I would weight some of these tickets. This is more cavemanish here, but
Yeah.
there's some horses I like more than others. I do think maybe under budget, even though I needed her very badly last time. But I do think she plays very well in that race. Spready in the second leg. Third leg, again, probably would be heavy on McEwen. I do like that one, but certainly Mr. K is definitely worth a couple combinations. And Gallant Oak could maybe get the job done. He'd be more of a B type for me. And then, like we mentioned, that last race pretty wide open. Okay, so we're done as far as the capping goes. One more little plug there for Contest Jockey. We're headed to Assiniboia, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited for the racing tomorrow night. We do have a chat feature built in on the website, so you can certainly chat along with the other players in the contest as the races are going on. And we've got a lot more features and product announcements that'll be coming out for the website too in the coming weeks. Got a lot of feedback of our last user survey, different things, a lot of which have been on the roadmap for a couple of weeks now. It's just a matter of finding time to knock them out, and being able to see the spread of money on the field, see which how much money on each horse, or being able to filter through the leaderboard and look for a friend who's on the leaderboard and see where they're at. Different things to sort of enhance the gameplay as the contest is going on.
Well, jump into Contest Jockey. Relatively new contest wagering site. Free to sign up, free to enter these contests. Nice prizes. So if you're interested in the contest for Tuesday night for Assiniboia, again, $100 to the winner. They're paying second and third prizes also. Mike, thanks a lot for doing this, and we'll look for you over at Contest Jockey.
Great. Thanks for having me. Good luck tomorrow.
We'll see you guys next time. We got a couple more weeks at Assiniboia. Enjoy that pick 4. And thanks. That's been a production of In the Money Media. We'll see you guys later.